But this is genuinely a way into the railway station. As odd as it seems, this is a way into the railway station. Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm at Sittingbourne today. I'm on my way to the second newest railway station in Britain, that's Thanet Parkway. The reason I'm here at Sittingbourne, sort of halfway between home and Thanet Parkway, is because my larder is having some work done, and the place that's having it done just happened to be in Sittingbourne. So I've driven down to Sittingbourne, left the car there for the day to have the work done. I'm going to catch a train from here and then on to Thanet Parkway, the second newest station in Britain. The reason it isn't the newest, it was only for one day. It opened on the 31st of July this year, 2023, and then the next day they opened Portway Park and Ride. So it's the newest railway station in Kent, but it's not the newest railway station in England. Anyway, it's still new and we're going to go and see it. I've just arrived at Ramsgate to the sound of seagulls. It's not too far now. The station is a couple of miles down there. What I've got to do is cross over to the other side, and I think the train I'm going to catch to get there is going to be a Javelin. So I've just come on a Class 375 Electro Star and catch a Javelin that's going to St Pancras, and then when I get there we'll have a look around Thanet Parkway, the station that was the newest station for just one day. Well, as I changed trains, changed platforms, I thought we'd just have a look at the station's ticket office, because I understand it's quite an architecturally interesting building, and it looks like it is. Here we go, look at this. It's like being in a German Hofbahnhof, the main station you get when you go to some of these cities and towns in Germany. It's a really, really nice building. The architect's name, which has slipped my mind, is on screen now. They designed quite a few railway stations on the southern. Let's just go outside the front and have a look at the station. It's quite sort of residential. The area down to the sea must be a bit of a walk. We're not doing that today. I'll show you the front of Ramsgate Station. So there's Ramsgate Station. I noticed there's a cafe as well, which is good. I'm going to go in there, get a drink, and then get my train to Thanet Parkway.
This is the Southeastern service to St Pancras International.
Here we are on the Javelin, and we are not far away now from Thanet Parkway. We're just going to come into the station now. It's in a little village, I keep forgetting the name, it's Cliff something. It's on screen now, the village, and here we are, this is it. I can just see, well, a few houses, platform. We'll see more when we get out. I wonder how many people are going to get out here. I can see one other person standing by the doors down there. There's a few people, I'm just into the next carriage, there's a few people getting up, and there's quite a few people on the platform. So for people who live in this village, they have got themselves a new railway station. So that's quite good. But let's get out and have a look around.
We have now arrived at
Here we are, this is Thanet Parkway. There's a fair few people getting on and off, so that's good to see it's being used. It says way out that way. Of course, I don't want to go out just yet. I want to look at the station, because it's always, when I arrive at a new station, even if it's not a new station, just a station I've not been to before, I like to have a look. It's very, very straight, and yeah, you've got the Hitachi unit. I think the train's going to depart soon. So my plan is we'll have a look at the station, see what there is to see, and then we'll walk down to the sea and see the sea, because the train isn't actually going anywhere yet because he's got a red light. So if we walk up here, we might actually just get ahead of. Oh no, he's got a green light, so I think he's going to go before I can get to the front. I'm not going to run. No, he's going. Up there's a junction, and I've never done that line, the line down to Dover. I'm going to have to do it twice, because at the top of that line, you can either, if you're coming up from Dover, you can either turn right and come this way, or you could turn left and go towards Canterbury. There goes our train. The departure of our train reveals the station. So every now and then we've got this rather a bit ugly fence. There's these little waiting shelters. So how many? There's four. So there's what, four of them on that side, and then I think there's the actual stairs themselves. So you get these. Let's just go in one. There's 8 of them. I'm not going to go in all 8. And then you can just about fit round behind them. So yeah, I think people use that place for the wrong reasons, going by the smell. You can gather what I'm talking about. So perhaps if you come here, don't walk behind them. Anyway, there's an emergency exit that way. You often get that with these new stations. They often have an emergency exit right at the end. We're going to find our way out. It's a bit windswept, but then it feels like a little bit windy right now. It's exciting because we're at a new station and it's still new. It's not the prettiest of stations, I have to say. A couple of weeks ago, the first steam train I'm aware of passed through here, and I was on it. So I did actually get a nice view of the station from steam train. That was Bahamas. She worked a railway touring company train from London Victoria over to Faversham. If you want to see the train departing and arriving at Faversham, have a look at the link on screen now. As far as I'm aware, that was the first steam train to pass through Thanet Parkway. It'd have been quite nice if it could have stopped, just because, you know, we're going to see. I don't know what it's going to be like, but when we go out of the station and have a look, if it's a nice place by the sea, because what that steam train did, it stopped at Ramsgate, stopped at Broadstairs. Sounds like there's a fast train coming. It stopped at 1 or 2 other stations, so it was quite nice. It stopped at various stations. It'd been quite cool if it stopped here. So there's a train coming. We're about to see our first non-stop train pass through. Watch that, then we'll go and have a look out the front of the station. Quite good fun to see a train pass through. I'd love to have been here though when that first steam train passed through. That really would have been nice to have seen. Let's have a look at the station. Okay, so here we go. If you come in here and it was raining, this is probably a bit of a better area. Might not be the warmest of places to wait, but you know, it's an area you can wait. There's a lift there, and if you look on the other side, there's pretty much a mirror image of the same. So I think each side is like a clone of each other. There's the stair. Oh, okay. So the stairs, I'm going to have to do both ways. I'm quite intrigued. The stairs go down here. So where does the lift go to? Right, the stairs, remember that, go down, 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 down there. Let's go back up and have a look at the lift and see where the lift will take us. So if we go into the lift, platform level, let's just have a look. The doors are open. We're going to go down from platform to ground.
Doors closing.
Doors are closing. So it's the platform 1 lift. You can have 16 people in here. Be a bit cramped. I don't know if I want to be in here with 16 people, or that's the maximum load. Anyway, I somehow think both of those are unlikely to be reached. Let's look out the windows from there, and we're approaching the ground level. So those steps we had a look at, we saw them going down. We should see where they come to. We've now leaving the lift and by a field. I didn't expect that. There's houses along there. I wouldn't be surprised. There's new houses over there. Will these get built? It'd be a shame if they do, but I somehow think that's probably what's going to happen. There's those stairs. We came down from platform 1. That's where we were a moment ago. So we've explored the lifts. Quite like the red colour of these blocks they've got. And how do we get out? Oh, that's interesting. Not sure where that goes, but it does say public footpath. They've actually used, look, that looks really nice. They've used an existing bridge as part of the station. But if you look here, so it clearly says way out, and then it says footpath. So maybe the footpath go across there. Someone who lives here might be able to help me out here. I don't have an OS map. It didn't look like it went down there. That's what I'm confused about. So maybe the footpath goes that way. Maybe there'll be a map for me to find out. And there's a bench there, you can sit and wait. Let's go through. So what was the newest railway station in England for one day has one of the oldest bridges. It echoes a bit. And we're going to come out into the car park. So it's a parkway station. Visited various parkway stations. The idea is, I mean look, it is pretty much all fields. A few new houses. They're a parkway station. You park your car, you get your train. So you can, if you live on the Isle of Thanet, that's not actually an island, it was a long time ago, you can park your car here, catch a train to London, or even into Margate or Ramsgate. Looking that way, you can see the other side of the station. You can appreciate the scale of the lift. So it looks like each side is basically a mirror image of each side. There's a sign there saying Thanet Parkway. I think perhaps some buses might be going to stop here. Well, that's a pick up and drop off area, so perhaps if you just want to drop someone off, you can. There's also a path that goes off up there. Oh look, that's interesting. Let's go have a look at that. I've just seen really big writing saying Thanet Parkway station open. So the station opened on the 31st of July. It's now only into August, so it's, like I say, it's a very, very young station. I almost feel a bit sorry for it to be a new station, but not be the newest in England. It was the newest station for one day only, thanks to Portway Park and Ride, which I might go to at some point. It's really windy here, but look, Thanet Parkway station is now open, and it says however many minutes, 70 minutes to London. So there you go. It's very useful if you want to get to London. I'm going to go and have a walk around the area and try and find a sea. So I've just walked up from the station a bit. There you are. There's a sign saying to Thanet Parkway. The village is called Cliffsend, so that's the name of the village. So in a way you could call the station Cliffsend. Sort of almost hadn't realised it was there, but there's a road down there, a main road. It's actually called Hengist Way. The funny thing is, there's a group building, I think it's a Clan steam locomotive, a BR Standard Pacific that didn't get preserved, a little bit like Oliver Cromwell Britannia but slightly smaller. They're building a new one of them, and that's going to be called Hengist. So maybe one day when Hengist is finished, if she gets to go on the main line, Hengist can come storming over here, and we look down on Hengist Way, which mysteriously disappears into a tunnel, which I don't know where that goes to. I'm really not sure where I am. I can see, perhaps there's a road up here. In fact, if we keep walking, there's a lot of these sort of unofficial shortcuts. Like, you know, I said at the station, I could see it said footpath, but wasn't too sure where the footpath went. I reckon from that housing estate, there might be a shortcut. Now, I'm also suspicious here. Oh, it's a level crossing. Yeah. I don't know, that might be classed as trespassing, so I'm not going to go up there. I think I'm going to have to go the long way round up there. Let's go and find a level crossing long way. This really is a long way round. Look, you get to here, it says Thanet Parkway, the station is just over there. You can just see the white of where it said now open. And then it deposits you here in this little dead end road. As I said, it's suspicious they might be wanting to build houses everywhere. Look at that. There's a field there. Looks quite nice as fields. But yeah, this is slightly sort of the idea that it's almost like, yeah, you're not supposed to come to stations like this just for fun and then want to go for a nice walk around the area, it seems it is very much park and ride, and that's what you're supposed to use it for. I suppose with a parkway station, buying a ticket to a parkway is a bit unusual. Once this station is new, probably not many people, one station isn't new, sorry, probably not many people are going to want to just come here for the sake of coming here, because yeah, you're just walking around a housing estate. But I am determined we're going to get down to the seafront. We've just got to find it. I think in a minute we're going to go around the corner and I'll show you where we were so close to a moment ago. I'll just come around the corner from where I was a moment ago. Now, to highlight exactly where we've been, just to show you how sort of ridiculous it is, we've been on a massive wild goose chase all round it. Oh look, we've arrived at level crossing and conveniently the gates are going down. We were there a moment ago. So obviously, yeah, it says this is a crossing, but would it be too much to ask to put a pathway down there? I mean, maybe even these people who live here, they might be quite happy to sell this bit of their garden to Network Rail. It's almost like they've not planted any flowers there, so they could sell that to Network Rail and just have a path going down there. That would make accessing the station so much easier. There's a station. It's just on a bit of a summit. I'm not sure which way a train's coming, but it must be coming quite soon, seeing as the gates are down. So we're going to then, once the train's passed, we'll go down to the sea. Another thing I've noticed, now I might not be entirely correct on saying this, it seems most of the trains that stop here are the Javelins. So that seems that's the point, that you live here in the area, you park your car, you go to London. It doesn't seem, it's not like it's a local station for local people, that you wouldn't just jump on here and sort of get the local train that stops everywhere. So if you want to go, like I came from Sittingbourne, it's a fine example. I had to change at Ramsgate and I'm going to have to change on the way back when I get back to Sittingbourne later on to collect my car. I wonder where this train is. Let's wait and see. Well, having seen a train cross at level crossing, I'm now coming into Cliffsend village centre. Here's the parish church. So going by the side of the church, you can see it is a fairly small place. It's not a big place. So the Church of St Mary the Virgin, parish of St Lawrence in Thanet. So that is the church. I somehow don't think it's going to be open, but yeah, it's clearly locked. So that's the parish church for this little village. And then if we walk down here, following the Waitrose lorry down here, this takes us into the heart of the village. I'm not sure if there's anything like there's a pub or anything like that we can see, but if we keep going, soon we're going to come to the sea. So that will be quite pleasant. What's this? Ah, Cliffsend Village Hall. And yeah, this is basically the village centre. So it's a small place, so I don't think many villages of this size would probably get a railway station open for them. It's more about the parkway. I think all of the members of the public around here have been best pleased about the opening of this new station. I think, well, for them, surely it's quite good. They've got a station on their doorstep. Maybe they were worried about getting loads of tourists just coming here to go to the beach and treating it like it's, you know, they don't want it to become the next Margate or, you know, Birchington-on-Sea. So perhaps that's more what it's about. But for me today, it just seems like a pleasant village I've come to. And like I said, I think a lot of people like me are going to come here at the moment because it's new and novel. But eventually the novelty will die out and it'll be a place that people will really use to get out of Kent rather than in. As nice as Kent is. I'm going to continue down here. We're going to go and find the sea. So having walked a little way, I've come to the end of Ford's Lane. That's the lane that took us across the railway. And I've kind of now reached the seafront. If you call it the seafront, I think it is. Yeah, that's the open sea out there. If we cross the road. That's sort of looking straight down the side of the coast, like past Sandwich, and eventually you come to Dover. And then Ramsgate is just over there. I'd noticed from the other side of the road there's a boardwalk how far we should go. Oh no, it's not a boardwalk, it's just a concrete concrete path. Let's go and have a look. I know somewhere around here there's where they used to launch the hovercrafts from. I think that's slightly further. I think that's the old hovercraft launch pad down there. Let's go and see that. I had hoped to do this visit in about 40 minutes and get the next train back. Because it's such a ridiculous long way, I'm not going to manage to do that, and I'm going to have to get the next train back. So I'm basically now got a spare hour. I don't want to go any further. And I'll just look out when I get to the actual sea. I can see right out there's a bloke walking along. So I don't think I need to worry too much. My legs are getting stung. I'm a bit, yeah. No, I'm not going any. There is a load of water down there, so I'm not going any further. I'm going to have to head back inland. This is a very strange new station video. I do like to explore the area. It doesn't normally get quite so weird as this. I'm going to have a walk up that way, see what I can find. I've walked a little way from where I was. We've come up, I wouldn't call it a huge amount of cliffs, but we've come up a bit higher. And there's the sea again. You can see there's clearly some cliffs around there. More unexpectedly and unusually, there's a Viking ship, which obviously I don't know much about. I think it's got to be a replica, but it's something quite exciting to see. Oh, and it was down there. That's where the hovercrafts used to go from. So there's a plaque here. I'll let you have a read of that. That's quite interesting. There's the little village sign saying Cliffsend. The huge inn now, that is obviously the name of this ship. And there's a bit about the hovercrafts which used to go from here. I did go on a hovercraft last year to the Isle of Wight. That's about the only place you can go on one. I would have loved to have gone across to France on the hovercraft. It would have really been. I wish they could restore it. You know, we've restored Flying Scotsman, we've restored Lancaster Bombers, funny enough, and Spitfires, and Manson Airfield is over there. So, you know, we've restored all these other things. There's the Waverley as well. Great to restore a hovercraft. I know obviously it's going to cost a lot, but I'd love to. If they restored a hovercraft, I would definitely buy a ticket to go for a trip over to France. As cool as this Viking ship is, I think I'd rather go on hovercraft. I'm going to now wander back to the railway station. What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can find my way in the other way from that mysterious footpath that we saw earlier. Probably on the edge of the village now. Across a field, there's Thanet Parkway. A bit ugly from this point. Well, to be honest, it was quite ugly on the platform and from this angle. I quite like the stairs though, so I'm being a bit fair, so it's a really ugly station, but that is a bit ugly. Anyway, the reason I've done this extra detour on, and today has been detour after detour, is to show you St Augustine's cross. So this is a Celtic cross. I think it was built in the 1880s, so it's not that old, but it commemorates something much older. It's understood that St Augustine preached his first sermon to King Ethelbert somewhere round here, and that effectively restored Christianity to southern England. So that's why they've built this cross here. So that's quite interesting. If you go to Canterbury, there's a ruined abbey in Canterbury called St Augustine's Abbey. I assume, I'm not 100% sure, but I assume it probably is the same St Augustine. I'm going to now, well, it is very sunny as you can see. It's playing games. Let's have a look. I'm trying to show you. There you go. So we've got two very different landmarks, St Augustine's Cross and Thanet Parkway, and they're all messed up by the light. Anyway, I'm going to go back that way. We're going to go down that footpath and find our way back to the station. From the Celtic Cross to a mysterious footpath, it takes you off down this drive, and when you get to here, there's a footpath sign in the trees. It looks a bit overgrown, so that's probably why they don't want people walking to the station. Now, I'm not saying everyone should come this way, even though you clearly can, especially if you lived in the house on the other side of this fence, you probably would. I just find it a bit daft that earlier on in the video, you saw what I saw. Look at this. I've got shorts on today. I'm going to be using a lot of TCP when I get home, I somehow think. So I'm about to get stung to bits walking down this public footpath. It's in an old railway, on a section of old railway that's not a public footpath, even though this actually is a public footpath. It's not too bad. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I won't be needing quite so much TCP when I get home. So, but this is genuinely a way into the railway station. As odd as it seems, this is a way into the railway station. When I get to here, I'm not quite sure which way I'm supposed to go, because the station's over there. Do I go straight across the field, or shall I just walk around here? If I walk around here, but then I'm hedged in. If you look, they've planted a hedge. I could walk through it, but I kind of don't want to trample through it. This is the weirdest new station I've come to. Then look, there's that housing estate which we walked past. I think what I'm going to do is step onto here and follow this modern road round. So perhaps if you're going here, you could just go down the road that way. You might find that way easier. Anyway, let's try and find our way back to Thanet Parkway, which is just over there. So even though that technically is an entrance to the station, it's quite literally a round the houses, round the field entrance to the station. That seems every entrance to the station is like that. So here we are. We've kind of come to the station. Feels weird just been walking through the countryside and the station appears. It does remind me a little bit of Izzy's Denham in Buckinghamshire on the short main line. The station, if you go out the back entrance of the station, that's a bit like this. But there's a decent path to Denham village, not a path where you're not even sure where you're supposed to walk path. It's great they've built a new station, don't get me wrong, I am happy to see another railway station opened. I just think the access is a bit silly. Oh, you can actually access it, that's it, you can access it there. Now whether that's officially a way in or out, if you're going to do what I did, come and visit, depending on which way you've come from, you either come down those steps or out through that bridge, along there, walk through those houses. That's the best way down to the village. Don't go out the front way on foot, it's ridiculously long way around. It would help if I said like they could create that path to level crossing. That's funny seeing that ticket machine just sort of there on its own. If it had eyes, it would stand looking out across the field all day. So we're back to here. We know now where that public footpath goes to. I wish if I had a time machine, I'd go back to just before they started building this station. I'd like to see what it looked like. Maybe you've been here, maybe you've made a video of this path, maybe before the railway station. If anyone knows of anywhere I can see pictures of this site, this bridge before Thanet Parkway, please tell me. I would like to see that. It's yeah, a huge car park, not that many cars, so it does give me the impression you're supposed to drive here. It seems ironic it's so difficult to get to on foot, because in a world where we want more people to not go everywhere on foot, I mean even by bike, it's not practical to get here by bike. There are bike racks, but it's not the easiest. You wouldn't, cycling across that field, I don't know if the farmer would be very happy. Okay, I came on a public footpath. Well, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go across the field or around the field. It's all a bit of a strange place, but I am pleased we have got another new railway station on the map. Even if it was only the newest railway station in Britain for one day only, it's another new railway station. Let's just finish by going up the steps onto the platform. I'll tell you one thing I have to say is where those houses were, they once had a really nice view of the railway. Now if a steam train had come through, they would have got a perfect view from where they live. Because of its rather ugly platform fences, they now can't see the train. As I walked across the field, a train went past, you couldn't see it. So I think it's a bit over the top. If the fences on the platform could be kind of, even this height, be better. It feels very closed in when you're up there. But now almost at the top. I quite like the design of these stairs and everything. Happy with them. I just think the two biggest problems with this station is accessibility on foot is almost terrible, and then these ridiculous walls. Yeah, it could be just up to here to have a less sort of claustrophobic feeling. Okay, on a sunny day out today, it's quite good because of the shade. So I found one good thing about them. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It turned out to be a bit more of a bigger exploration of the village than I intended, partly due to having to spend longer here than planned, due to awkward accessibility, but I'm going to stop moaning about the accessibility. I've enjoyed my day. I'm going to wait for my train back towards Sittingbourne. I'm probably going to have to change at Ramsgate again. Might change at Broadstairs just for a bit of fun. I'll wait and see. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe and comment. And from the railway station that was the newest railway station in Britain for just one day,